What up, guys? In this video, I wanted to just give you a quick comparison here between an anamorphic lens and a spherical lens that have similar properties. All right, let's jump into it. So the thing that I love the most about anamorphic lenses, even more than the amazing flares and the super stretchy bokeh, is that you basically get two lenses in one. Okay, let me explain. Based on the D-squeeze factor of the anamorphic lens, whether that be 1.5 times, 1.6, 2 times, that squeeze factor is going to influence the final horizontal field of view that the lens is going to produce. I'm shooting on the 55mm Blazar Kato 2X anamorphic lens, as well as the Nikon 28 to 75mm f2.8 Nikkor lens. So when you de-squeeze the 55mm Kato lens by 2 times, that's going to give you about a 28mm horizontal field of view. And you'll see, going back and forth between these two lenses, the overall horizontal field of view is very similar. I've set the lenses up as close to each other as possible and tried to point them in as close to the same position as possible using the edges of the room that I'm in to really get them as close as possible. And it actually, to me, looks like the Kato has a wider field of view than the Nikkor lens at 28mm, on the horizontal at least. Now, in terms of the vertical, you are going to get the same 55mm vertical field of view. When you de-squeeze, you're only de-squeezing the horizontal field of view. So the Nikkor lens at 28mm, certainly there's going to be more vertical headroom above and below compared to the frame of the Kato. However, on the anamorphic lens, you still get the shallower depth of field, being that the focal plane is 55mm. 55mm is always going to be a shallower depth of field than 28mm. But now let's look at a 55mm field of view on the spherical lens. Okay, so being that the Nikkor lens is a zoom lens, I've zoomed in here to about 55mm, and you can see that it is much, much tighter on me, right? Like we lose all of that horizontal field of view that we retain on the Kato. So it's kind of like, as I said at the beginning of the video, you're getting two lenses in one. You're getting a 28mm in terms of the horizontal field of view and a 55mm in terms of the vertical field of view and the focal plane and the depth of field. So that nice shallow depth of field combined with a wider horizontal field of view, it's just something that's so unique and so special about anamorphic lenses. And I think it kind of makes me rethink when I'm going out on a shoot. It's like I don't need to have two separate lenses. When I'm shooting anamorphic, I can just use one lens and it's kind of covering the look that I would get of two different lenses, but in one. So I think that's really something to consider. Shooting anamorphic, you could potentially downsize on your kit. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.